Hi, it's Paul, and today I'm an old man with a composite deck project. So here's the completed article, a couple of different angles on it. We built it earlier in the year. It's fully composite deck from EnviroBuild, their Frontier range. This is what we started off with, just a patch of dirt really, and a drawing on a piece of paper. This is what was here before. This is a wooden deck that I put in probably around the year 2000. Full wooden deck, sort of semicircular shape, bit of a crazy pattern on it, and that stood there for 20 odd years. Nothing at all wrong with it, just too big and was starting to look a bit tired, although it was still perfectly sound. In fact, we used some of the timber for the wooden deck, which you can see in the other video. So to start with, we put some double layers of weed fabric down on the ground. The ground was basically, it's compacted, but it's very uneven. Because of this, what we basically did was I strung some lines from the wall across to the level board that you can see the other side to obtain all the different levels and purchase the correct height adjustable pedestals to put in place which hold the beams. Inset, you can see the map that I used to map out the exact positions of all the pedestals and measure the heights that I needed, and then I ordered them individually from EnviroBuild. Having done that, well, you started to put the beams on top, and the one thing that I noticed immediately was the weird stuff that happens with these beams when they get warm in the sunshine. They warp like crazy, never seen anything like it. So you can see now I've added strips on, and you'll see in a moment a line that I've drawn to try and show how much warping I had to cope with. The beams were bent like bananas, really strange. I've had a comment on another video that I commented on where a guy came back and said he'd had exactly the same experience. So I know it's not just me, and in fairness to EnviroBuild and some of the other composite manufacturers, they do make it clear that this stuff does expand and contract more than wood does. But it came as a bit of a shock. Main beams in place, we move on to starting the picture frame around the edge. This was done in bullnose picture frame edging, so happy with that. And then we moved on to putting the infills in and completing the lower level of the deck. One thing that is worth bearing in mind is that all of this is completely freestanding. The upper level ended up I did with joist hangers off the side of the house, but all of this section is completely freestanding. It's not screwed together in normal terms. The boards are screwed down with clips onto the beams, but it's not actually all screwed together in terms of the beams being screwed to each other. So for me it was just different because I'd never built one like that before. It's okay though, it's stable, it does the job. So we moved on to the upper section, and here you can see the first couple of joist hangers going in for the shorter upper lengths of deck. And as we moved on, those joist hangers were extended all the way across to the edge and will hold the upper boards. Now you can see the picture frame going on first, and then the infill going in between. I moved it about a bit after this to get the edging gaps all right. Some fancy little bits like the cutting down around the rainwater downpipe to make it look neat. And then moving on to getting it pretty much finished. So that was the major deck build itself. You can see the edging is not on it yet in the left hand bottom corner. Now you can see me putting the final edging on it. And time to reflect on it. Would I do it again? Yes, absolutely I would. I like the composite finish. It gives a good finish. I like the effect. I just wasn't prepared for the composite beams, and if I built the same thing again, I would build it with a wooden substructure and then screw the composite boards in exactly the same way as I've done here onto the wooden substructure. Hope you've enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed building it. If you do, please like and subscribe. By all means comment below if you've got any questions or if you've got any points you want to make. Check out oldmanwith.com for a little bit more information on it, the tools I used, information on the tools I use regularly and other DIY projects. Check out the rest of the YouTube channel and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.